listening to Southern Miss Radio. It's time for News You Need. News You Need is a look at current events and how they affect the college community and beyond. And now here's the host of News You Need, Dr. Ed Simpson.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another exciting edition of News You Need. This is a show where we talk to the best human beings in the entire world, which is our USM students. And we have another great panel here today for you. So why are we here? Well, this is the show where we talk about what's in the news so we can understand the issues facing our society and what kinds of decisions our citizens need to make about the direction of their government, about the direction of their communities. And the only way to do that is to read the news, understand the news, talk about the news, figure it out together as a community, and go in that direction. So that's why we're here. Kind of have occasionally try to have a little fun, sort of, kind of, occasionally. So if you would, introduce yourselves, maybe give us your name, maybe where you're from, what student group you're representing, and anything else we need to know.
My name is Joy Rowland, and I'm from Natchez, Mississippi. I'm representing Chaotic Movement as captain for this semester.
Ooh, Chaotic Movement. We'll come back to that.
Hi, my name is Vinnie Halsey. I am from North Beach, Maryland, and I am the president of Tri Beta, which is the university's Biology Honor Society.
So North Beach, Maryland.
Yeah.
How'd you end up down here?
I honestly just kind of wanted to take some time to get away from home, and I think that this was pretty far away from home, so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, I love that. And how you liking the weather?
50-50. I think that it's really fun that it's warm and I don't have to wear jackets outside, but also part of me kind of misses having to bundle up with like 4 coats.
Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah.
It is, for sure.
Hello, everybody. My name is Hassan Bukhari, and I'm originally from Karachi, Pakistan, and I'm here to represent the Student Poets Association.
The student
Poets.
Yeah. Our poets. Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we've had you on the show before,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And you did actually do some poetry for us before. Is that correct? So that's exciting.
Maybe rival again.
Okay, so we'll talk a little bit about that. So Chaotic Movement. Talk to us about what is that? What do you all do, and what's coming up?
So Chaotic Movement is a dance team. We started in 2012 from a spoken word group. And so it's evolved from a spoken word group to a dance team.
Oh.
Chaotic meaning, just being fully yourself, like the highs, the lows, and putting that into dance is what we focus on.
Really? So is it all free form, or do you guys have routines that you practice?
So we have routines, but the routines emerge from like free form movement, however we feel, what we think looks cute.
Okay, very cool. And do you have performances, or you just get together occasionally? How's that work?
We do. The past 2 semesters, we performed at Chaotic at Late Night Meal, and that was like such a fun experience. But this semester, we're performing with the dance department.
Ooh.
And so they're having us featured in their showcase on December 6th at 2 in the Theater and Dance Building.
Oh, that's really exciting. And are you guys all dance majors?
No, I was a dance minor last semester, but it's just like, so this is a PWI. A lot of us grew up with the black majorette like influence, and so we weren't able to get that at other schools, so we had to come here and like make our own thing.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so PWI, predominantly white institution.
Mm-hmm.
That may come back later today in the show, because that's an interesting kind of thing. So the idea is that if you were at HBCU, there would be this black cultural history of dance,
Yes.
in a certain type of dance, but you come to a PWI and that isn't there, so you have to make it.
Exactly.
Okay, and you successfully done that. How many are in your group?
This semester we have about 17.
Wow, that's a great group.
Yes, they are so amazing.
Yeah, and Chaotic Movement. Love it. Okay, so now what group? Tell me again what your group is.
Tri Beta, or Beta Beta Beta. So we are the honor society for the biological sciences on this campus. That isn't just limited to like ecology and things like that. We also encompass pre-med students, people interested in microbiology and cell biology or conservation. So if it's got biology involved, we cover it.
You're it. So, and you guys are the honor society.
Yeah, so
And what's it take to be a biology honor student?
So the requirements for our organization specifically is having at least a 3.0 on the GPA, and other than that, just having a major or a minor that in some way pertains to biology.
Okay, and are you guys doing anything that I care about?
So right now, we're kind of near the end of the semester, so our last remaining event that's coming up is an initiation dinner.
Oh.
But next semester, we have a lot of other fun stuff planned. Our club specifically was in a little bit of a weird state for a while just because membership was passed along and COVID kind of put a really big dent in stuff. But I'm finally organizing a ton of officers, and so next semester we're going to be hosting some social and community service events, and I'm really excited about
That's
it.
great. Now, I will say, I deal a lot with student groups. It's so hard, just keeping them going, and because you think about it, the entire populations of this university turns over every 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So that
And I think that was like a big part was with COVID, and then everybody turned out, and we had people come up, and the other issue is that having a 3.0 in biology is kind of
it's tough.
a lot of work, and so not a lot of people have that spare time to put into it. And honestly, I don't think I do either, but I still put time aside regardless.
Interesting.
For it.
Yeah, interesting. Very cool. So our Poets Society, what's the name of it?
So it's called the Student Poets Association, or SPA for short.
Gotcha. And what do y'all do?
We're poets, so the whole point of having a poets association is that normally people tend to write like a lot of necessarily like literature, and giving them a space to talk about it, celebrating individuality of being a poet.
Okay, so I have a theory. So have you guys talked about Fate of Ophelia?
Yes. I've talked
See,
about
look,
it.
I knew this. See, I knew it. They were making fun of me last week, and I knew it. Okay, so
I've
tell me,
talked
what do
about
you?
it with my
So what is the
officers.
debate? Is there a debate?
There's not a debate. We love it. Of course, you can say that if you want to be really accurate to the theater version, it may necessarily not hold up. But then again, it's supposed to be pop. It's supposed to be energizing.
Right.
And songwriting is necessarily poetic, and we enjoy it. We enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. So do you guys know what we're talking about here? Okay. So
No.
wow, that's hilarious.
Oh,
Okay, so
no.
here you go. Fate of Ophelia is one of the tracks on Taylor Swift's
Oh, okay, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Life of a Showgirl album.
I've heard about it.
You're looking at where have you been?
No, Taylor Swift left me when she put out Style. That was like,
Oh no.
that's my favorite
Oh.
song by her. That's all I know.
Wow.
Which is
Okay.
relatable.
Yeah, I grew up on her, but I think Reputation was the last album I was really
Yeah.
following, and after that, I just kind of lost it as well.
As
I
a
know.
poet, Folklore and Evermore have struck me
Yeah.
in ways that other songs have not. But then again, I understand.
Yeah.
Because some music, it depends on what you're really feeling like in the mood for.
Okay. So here's my thing. So I have watched the music video for Fate of Ophelia. Now, you don't even know what we're talking about. You have to go see it. That's my challenge to you. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen the
Oh,
music video
my
now.
goodness.
I know.
Have you seen it?
Oh no.
Oh my God, Liam, raise your hand if you've seen it. Liam's seen it. Okay, there we go. Our engineer has seen it. There you go. That's all that we really need. Okay, here's my challenge. You two, and then you can tell me what you think. I've become obsessed with the music video,
Yeah.
Fate of Ophelia, and here's why. I'm going to ask you. Can you guess why I'm obsessed with it?
Because it goes through different generations of showgirls, maybe.
Yeah.
And Ophelia, the painting, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else do you like?
Well, here's the thing. Here's my argument. It's perfect.
Oh.
It's absolutely perfect. Now you're looking at me like I'm crazy. I hear you. I do. It's perfect. And there are so few things in this world that are perfect that I go, that's perfect. And I've seen it literally a dozen times.
So you're setting my expectations really high. When
Well,
I
you're
watch it,
not
I expect
The
wrong.
music
all
video
the way.
is
You're not
very
wrong.
cool. It is very cool.
But I will say, here's the challenge. Watch it, and we'll have you come back and we'll debate.
Okay, we can
Let's do that. Okay, that's a deal. Okay,
Yeah.
so we
I can
actually
be with you on that too.
do it. Okay, we'll talk to our producer. We'll make this happen. This is exciting, very exciting. We are going to take a break, and we'll come back probably with some actual news on the other side.
Sonidos de una cena que casi no sucedió. Es una cena servida gracias a personas como tú. Debido a la crisis actual, 50 millones de personas pueden vivir con hambre este año. Feeding America está ayudando a los que más lo necesitan. Y si quieres, tú puedes ayudar también. Visita feedingamerica.org/en-español. Patrocinado por el Ad Council y Feeding America, la fuerza de 200 bancos de alimentos.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Okay, so I had to explain over the break to Isabella why it's perfect. So here's the challenge. So if you want a listener, both of our listeners, come back. We'll get these two to go watch Fate of Ophelia, and then we'll come back and we will debate why it's perfect and why you guys are wrong if you don't think it's perfect. How about that?
I have a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
Have you listened to The Last American Dynasty
No,
in folklore?
no.
You have to listen to it.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Normally, I'm not a Swiftie.
But
I
you
will
like
tell
The
you,
Fate of Ophelia.
I came across it, and we'll talk about K-pop Demon Hunters too. So, have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters?
Yes,
I
I watched
have.
it with my little sister.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I
It
watched
is.
I watched it with my best friend BJ.
Okay. And did you like it?
I loved it, actually. I thought it was great.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
You're on
So-
board with K-pop Demon Hunters?
Yes, I thought it was like. So, the message was that music is like such a big thing, and music can really influence how you go about life, and I think that is so true.
It is so true. And I'm going to come back actually maybe to K-pop Demon. Okay, so what are our students talking about? What's news to our students this week? I mean, the headlines are coming fast and furious in our current times, but what's breaking through to our students? What are you all chatting about?
Definitely a celebration of Black culture because
Really?
the women of SG Row and the women of Alpha Kappa Alpha just crossed their new line. So just a celebration of culture and appreciation of that.
Well, I think that's beautiful.
Yes.
And I think that's great. I do want to ask you about that, though. How are we feeling about the current state of our country when it comes to the idea of celebrating Black culture, acknowledging Black culture, being proud of Black culture? How do we feel about the state of our country in that?
It's definitely like Black culture is literally everywhere, and it's kind of hard as a Black person being told that our culture isn't right or that it has no space, but it literally it inspires so much. So it's like you're telling me that I can't do what I want to do and have my culture, but like it's everywhere that I look.
So let's stay on that for a second. Who's telling you that? Do you think? Do you perceive?
So a lot on social media, like there are big debates on how we present ourselves, like bonnets in public, or
Oh, really? Within the culture? Oh, interesting. Okay.
so just like stuff like that. It's kind of like this, like almost invisible pressure. Like it's hard to, like you have to be in it to really catch it.
Interesting. Okay. Well, in the wider society, what do you guys think about this? Are you feeling this one way or another?
Well, I think that, I mean, I agree 100%, and like I'm with you. I think a lot, especially of what I've seen as well, is that a lot of like current online trends and like jokes that are running around circles that you have to be really on your phone all the time to get them. But a lot of them have been kind of like scary and kind of like leaning back on like really like I guess conservative views.
Yeah,
And you
I've
know,
seen
coming from
that.
that especially
Yeah.
too, it's like getting edits and like things that like people are perceiving as jokes that are like just very blatantly hateful, and
Yes.
I'm very concerned as to why people are laughing at it. And it wasn't like, I know that the internet was like that a lot, like going like 2016 between them, but I want to say like 2020 to 2021 there was a rise in people like actually being concerned about that, and then kind of coming back, we're kind of falling back into where we were in 2016 with like online jokes and trends, and it's really frightening.
Are we going back to 1953?
That's a good question. I mean, honestly, kind of. I think like with some of the once again, like some of the trends that I've seen going around are like, I see so many people laughing at them, like people my age laughing at them, people showing me these jokes, and I feel so concerned seeing them because it's like, how is this?
It's like, oh, that's not.
It's just outright hatred.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know, 10 months ago, you did not see that stuff.
Yeah.
not nearly as much. No.
Yeah. So something's happened.
Yeah.
Piece I will add is that being apolitical in this climate is being political.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Because when you don't speak about things that matter to you, that means you are in a convenient place to not speak up about them.
Yeah, so that I've heard that a lot, right? Is that this idea of the real sign of privilege is not being political, is
Yes.
feeling that you are so safe,
Mm-hmm.
that your future is so assured that you don't have to be political.
And I know, like, for me, for example, and because I'm very openly queer. I am a non-passing trans person. I didn't outright state this in my introduction, but I use he/him pronouns. I don't look like that. I don't express that. I don't share that. And it's really, like, on a different note, I guess, but for me, scary to kind of, like, have to go back into my Facebook bio and put my name back to, like, my dead name because, like, I'm just so genuinely scared of how things are right now. Like, there's a lot of people around me who were previously at least trying to be supportive that have fallen back on that, and, like, especially, like, I won't go too far into this, but, like, some of the things that have been, like, removed around the university that previously made me feel very safe have made me feel really scared in recent times.
Yeah,
Big on that.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I appreciate your courage, right?
Yeah.
This is the idea that the university has backed away from supporting black culture,
Yes.
supporting, and I'm going to mess this up, but supporting our trans folks, our gay, lesbian
Queer
folks,
culture. Yeah.
queer culture through Prism, right? We used to be, I don't think it was a university thing, but it was the university snuggled up to it.
So interestingly enough, I actually work in the student hub, and previously I worked in the Office of Community Engagement and Inclusion. So I worked in Prism actually before, and recently we've moved the office into student life just because that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course now, and are you an international student? Or
Yes.
you are an international student. So so you're feeling all this directly as everybody else is.
Yeah. So there is a lot of notion amongst the people, especially, and it's surprising to see among students too, with the hate that's been passed around of disregarding other people's culture. And it's, of course, as an international student, we're told to assimilate in crowds, and sometimes, especially with language barriers, it gets sometimes difficult. And I think that instead of taking it with, a little more empathy, people have started to discourage it or exclude. Exclusion has become a big thing now.
The regular listener of this show knows I sigh a lot. So yeah, and it's been a regular theme of this show for the last year at least, that there is this darkness, that the arc. Here's my argument, and I want you guys to weigh in, right? So my argument is that if you look at the arc of human history, it's kind pushing back their worst instincts, and that is what has brought society forward. Now we're in a climate in this time where we are allowing the worst of our instincts to come out and encouraging them to come out. So in other words, stopping progress and moving backwards for the first time in many, many centuries. And you guys are feeling this directly.
Oh, 100%.
I feel like because things are so bleak, like my generation is starting to lean into technology, lean into TikToks, and like you said, we're exposed to a lot.
Isabella, I'm sighing again.
We're exposed to so much that at its face maybe might be a joke, and that's why critical thinking is so important, because it's important to sit there and listen and be like, is this really a joke? Who is this hurting? There's like a poem, I don't know it verbatim, but it's like they came for so-and-so, and then they came for so-and-so, and I didn't do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Now they're coming for me. I definitely think
Yeah.
that's
And
starting to happen.
I think 100%, it's kind of like with a lot of the push of algorithms that are based on things that you like and you see, even if you like a couple of things as a joke, an algorithm can take that and worm you down into like things that aren't jokes.
Yeah.
And I've seen that firsthand. I mean, personally, I have somebody that used to be a really close friend of mine that ended up going down one of those pipelines and ended up stopping talking to me and respecting me because of the stuff that he was seeing, and that was what he confronted me with. And it was really just, it's scary. Like on top of everything I'm already seeing, where it's like, like not just the whole, you might not have rights to exist. Yeah, you might never be able to marry your partner in 5 years. And then on top of that, people were like, well, what I said about supporting you, I take it back, and I #lied. And it's like, okay.
Wow. My gosh.
It's I have hope for the future, but it's really hard. I mean, especially like being a college student and having all of these other responsibilities, and then being scared that I'm going to be like allowed to be comfortable and survive and respected by people. It's really frightening.
That's horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's horrifying.
It is.
Speaking of which, but I do think, let me throw a headline at you, because this really goes directly to, I think, a lot of what I'm seeing out there in the news world. And I do want to just get your thoughts on this. So, and this goes directly to what you're saying. So, and you may have heard this. New passport rule sends blunt and sweeping message to trans Americans. So now, are you guys, have you heard this?
I'm aware of this. Yes.
You're aware of this.
Me
so,
too.
And you are, but you probably haven't heard of it.
I've probably heard it, and then I was like, "This is too much.
This is too
so
awful.
scary, I
Too
have to put it
awful.
away."
Yeah, I'm gonna. So basically, what it is. So explain to us what it is.
So, if I remember correctly, it's kind of revoking the rights for you to have a different gender rather than just male or female listed on your passport. And if you had it before, you have to get it updated and kind of just have that removed. And it's like, so yeah, there's not really an option for anybody other than the two options that are, quote unquote traditionally listed.
It's even worse than that.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, it's worse than that, because what they say is, what has to be on your passport is what your birth was assigned at birth.
Right. Yeah.
So your sex was assigned at
Yeah.
birth. So no matter how you present, no matter how you identify, your passport
Is outing you.
taking you back.
Yeah.
Right?
We love
taking
biology.
you back. What's that?
We love biology.
Yeah. It's just, so this got through to you guys, and that's a big deal in the trans community, I assume.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I know, like, actually, on top of this, I am intersex. So a big part of that for me as well is kind of like, I'm not legally recognized as intersex, but, that, because I technically, like, biologically, I have more testosterone than somebody like me would usually have, and so, and for me it's very light, but there's some people who physically are not one of those two sexes, and so having a third category or something like that is really important, because there really aren't just two sexes, because there are people who are born otherwise, and it's just really, like, unfortunate, that I have to refer to people just for the sake of an argument, and that there's not, like, recognition and respect for intersex people, but also that literally the government, and I guess just, like, people in general are kind of trying to revoke people that exist and were just born the way they are for living. And
Yeah, I really, I love the word revoke, and I think disappear has also been used, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to pick up with a couple other headlines at the other side of our last break here.
Sponsorship comes from American Graphics. Located at 8 Commercial Warehouse Drive in Hattiesburg, American Graphics provides custom screen printing and embroidery. They can be reached by phone at 601-602-2277. And the website is goamericangraphics.com. American Graphics, printing at its finest.
Imagine being denied an apartment because of housing discrimination.
It's so wrong.
But who has the power to stop this?
You do. The law is on your side. If you've been discriminated against because of race, color, religion, sex, national origin, disability, or familial status, file a complaint with HUD. Fair housing is your right.
Use it.
Visit HUD.gov/fairhousing. A public service message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
I agree.
I agree, yeah.
Okay, and we are back. And as usual, we talked through the break. So actually, you were making a really good point about this idea of, as the climate that we're in currently, stemming directly from the White House, no question about it, of not only allowing the hate and the darkness in people's souls to come out, but encouraging it in many ways, and how much more work it is than just being a kind human being and continuing the progress we've made.
Literally, it's changing all these rules and going so far back instead of adding another checkbox, adding another restroom, adding another sign.
Or a restroom that was already there.
Exactly.
A sign that was already there to begin with.
Oh, so what we were talking about over the break is apparently the university, there was a bathroom. So tell us that story. What I'm not sure what that was.
So I don't know. I feel bad talking about this because
well, you don't have
the
to.
area. But there was a bathroom, and specifically it was advertised. I remember walking through. There was a bathroom that had the symbol that specifically represents trans folks, and underneath it, a short message that said anybody of any identity is allowed to use this bathroom comfortably. And I know for me that's a big thing because, I'm very used to not passing and kind of just living my life as is. But for a lot of people, it's kind of a sweet, small, affirming thing that can really make somebody's day. And I guess with the wave of everything else being removed, that sign is gone, and now it's kind of just the traditional family restroom sign again.
Yeah. I'm sighing again.
I know.
It's just,
I'll sigh with you.
It's just sigh. It's just like, so yeah, and I really think again, I kind of love that phrasing you had, just a small, kind gesture So rather than disappearing people, acknowledge their existence, celebrate the fact we're all different. And that's what I love actually about this show. I love this about our school. I actually love this about USM at its core level. We're so different.
And there's so much. Oh, sorry. If you'd like, you
Yeah.
can go first. I was just going to add something really small. There's so much love and good things that can come from just being kind to people, even if you have differences.
Yeah.
Even if, and I think that's why there's like a bit, like I'm still hopeful because I surround myself with so many different people that come from so many different places that have so many different ways of identifying and just existing. And there's so much beauty in that to me. And it just makes me really sad that not everybody shares that sentiment of just wanting to love the people around them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, they say land of the free, home of the brave, but it already takes so much courage to be who you in your heart know that you are, and to punish people for that, to restrict them. This isn't free, and you're not rewarding the brave.
Yeah.
I'm sighing again. I'm sighing a lot on this show. Anyway, that's kind of what we do. Yeah. I mean, I think, and there's nobody reasonable, I think, who's going to disagree with that, at least in public. And kind of what's disturbing is that the folks who should be agreeing in public are either silent or they're going along with the darkness.
And I think, like, I can speak on that for sure. One thing that, like, is really it's frightening for me, but I think that it's important now more than ever to kind of be proud of who you are and be happy to be yourself and express yourself, because there's, in a time where people are trying to silence you, I think that one of the biggest and most brave statements you can make is just continuing to be yourself and continuing to be happy and enjoying your life.
And to project as much kindness as we can.
To everybody, absolutely.
I mean, but why should we ask folks who are the target of being disappeared to stand up, to be more kind than the folks who are trying to make them disappear?
Exactly.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
That is extremely fair.
Yeah. And, it's rough that I have to say, I mean, I feel it's crazy that, I have to say that one of the most brave things you can do right now is just be yourself. It shouldn't have to be a thing. People should, like...
I'm signing again.
It should be the norm.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly right. Yeah.
No, 100%.
Yeah. I guess I have challenged our producers a number of times, and it's so hard. But I really want someone to explain to me what's the upside of the ugly. Why are we in this period? What do we hope to prove? What's the end game? What's the gain society's going to make by being the way we are right now? We need somebody from the far right to explain that to us. I have yet to hear it.
I mean, go ahead. You
Well,
guys.
I would say that in like the bleakest times, that's when the brightest colors come through afterwards. And so I would say in this time of oppression, a lot of people are reinforcing their cultures and building up like this flower in the sidewalk.
I love that.
Yeah.
You guys are all poets. You need to bring them in.
There's a lot of
to our poets.
Yeah. I know. Y'all should come along.
Come on, we'll all be poets.
Yeah. Honestly, but we just a random insert. We have an open mic this Saturday, and you should totally come.
I saw.
I love that.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I love the open mic. Okay, so I know we're going to run out of time here. I am going to throw a couple of things. I do want to get your thoughts on this. So it's not all completely doom and gloom, although it kind of is. It kind of is. So that's what. It's all right. But here's a headline: New York Times. Where it is? Oh, here we go. Iowa City made its buses free.
Yay!
Traffic cleared, and so did the air. Oh. So, are you guys watching the Mondami election in New York?
I've seen it before.
One of his key proposals was free public transportation. So there are solutions out there. What do we think about this idea of free public transportation?
I think it's great.
Of course.
I definitely think it's amazing. I think one of the things that holds this country back is like, there's such an emphasis on, I made this, it should be for me, like I made all this money,
individualism.
I should have it. But like humanity, we're people, we're social people, we need to take care of others.
There you go. So there you go. That's going on out there. Okay, here's one. Liam, hang on to your chair. Here you go. This is a headline from the BBC, British news organization. K-pop Demon Hunters has become a cultural phenomenon this year, overtaking Squid Game as the most watched title in Netflix history, with more than 325 million views. I do hear on the interweb grapevine that they're going to do a sequel.
I've heard that
would
too.
be great.
Do we care?
We do.
I do. I think, like, because, I mean...
Looking at Liam. Yeah, we got very thumbs up in the control room.
There's a lot of like I keep saying, like I've found myself in so many rabbit holes. One thing on top of everything else I mentioned is that I'm also an illustrator. I know, right? I've dabbled in a million different places,
Yeah.
but I do a lot of like freelance stuff just for other people and also for myself. I love to draw my characters and draw things based on what I enjoy. And so I've always also really loved animation on top of that because I tried doing animation when I was young and I was like, I want to draw this cool thing. It is so hard. It is so much harder than it looks. And so it's so awesome to see money being given, like people wanting to see art and see art that people made and that people are so passionate about. And especially stories that aren't just centralized around here blow up and be popular. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I definitely, now that I think about it, Squid Games kind of highlighted like capitalism and what people have to do for money.
Yeah.
K-pop Demon Hunters highlights like the importance of culture and the importance of maybe indulging in media that's like good for you.
Yeah.
And not in like bad sentiments. And so I think it's so amazing.
Yeah, me too.
I did come across it. Speaking of rabbit holes, I did come across a Reddit thread talking about how K-pop Demon Hunters glorify demons.
Well, I mean,
Wow.
I guess what confuses me about that, I think, is the entire point is that they're like the antagonists of the story, and I don't think it's really glorification, more so just like showing light on an important part of culture, like showing how, like I guess it's kind of like. It's hard to talk about. It's kind of such a mind.
I did not want us to get
Reddit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Demon Hunters is in the title. Like, I don't know how that's a problem.
So you don't want to watch a demon? Don't watch the movies. Okay.
I think it's a blend of culture and like symbolism.
100%.
Like, it doesn't
yeah.
have to be an actual demon. It could be maybe someone that's just bad.
Well, I think the metaphor is we all have demons.
Yeah.
Truly.
Okay, so Liam, we're heading out of here. This has been a production of Southern Miss Student Media. What another great show! Thank you guys. Really appreciate all your energy, all our love to you. You guys are amazing. Hang in there, hang in there. I'm absolutely certain your university will hang with you. So be good. Hang in there. Okay. Our producers are Annabella Laird and Lily Burkhardt. Our video producer is Isabella Michaud. And our engineer is Liam Keenan. And we will not be here next week because it's Turkey Day, but we will be back the week after for our final show of the semester.
This has been News You Need with Dr. Ed Simpson. News You Need airs Friday afternoon at 12:30 on Southern Miss Radio.